Chapter 1. A Boy from Stratford-upon-Avon. In the quiet market town of Stratford-upon-Avon, England, in April 1564, a child was born who would one day change the world of literature forever. His name was William Shakespeare. No one at the time could have imagined that this boy, born into a modest family, would grow into one of the greatest writers in history. William's father, John Shakespeare, was a glove maker and a respected member of the town council. His mother, Mary Arden, came from a family of farmers. Though not wealthy, the Shakespeare family lived a comfortable life. As a child, William likely attended the local grammar school, where he studied Latin, literature, and classical texts. These early lessons introduced him to stories of ancient Rome and Greece, stories that would later inspire many of his own works. Young William was curious and observant. He loved watching people, listening to conversations, and imagining stories behind everyday life. Even then, he had a deep fascination with words. Chapter 2. Dreams Beyond the Horizon. As William grew older, life in Stratford began to feel small. He married Anne Hathaway at the age of 18, and soon they had 3 children. But something inside him longed for more, a bigger stage, a larger audience, a chance to turn his imagination into something extraordinary. London, the heart of England's culture and entertainment, called to him. Sometime in the late 1580s, William left Stratford and traveled to London. It was a bold decision. The city was crowded, noisy, and full of competition, but it was also the center of the theater world. At first, William struggled. Some stories say he worked as a stable boy outside theaters, holding horses for wealthy visitors. Others suggest he began as an actor. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: he was determined to succeed. London's theaters were alive with energy. Audiences loved drama, comedy, and powerful storytelling. William quickly found his place among actors and writers. He joined a theater company known as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, one of the most popular groups in London. It was here that William began writing plays, and people took notice. His early works included comedies like A Midsummer Night's Dream and The Comedy of Errors. These plays were filled with humor, magic, and misunderstandings. Audiences loved them. But William didn't stop at comedy. He explored tragedy, writing powerful plays like Romeo and Juliet, a story of young love and heartbreak. His ability to capture human emotions made his work unforgettable. What made William special was not just his storytelling, it was his language. He had a unique way of using words, creating phrases and expressions that people still use today. Chapter 4. Fame and the Globe Theatre. As William's reputation grew, so did his success. His theater company built a new playhouse called the Globe Theatre. The Globe was unlike anything people had seen before. It was large, open air, and could hold hundreds of people. Audiences from all walks of life, rich and poor, came to watch Shakespeare's plays. Standing on that stage, actors brought his words to life. Kings, queens, lovers, villains, all existed in the world William created. Some of his most famous works were performed at the Globe, including Hamlet, Othello, and Macbeth. These tragedies explored deep themes: ambition, jealousy, betrayal, and the human struggle within. William understood people. He knew their fears, their hopes, their flaws, and he turned those into stories that felt real. Chapter 5. The Power of Words. William Shakespeare didn't just write stories, he shaped the English language. He invented hundreds of new words and phrases. Expressions like break the ice, heart of gold, and wild goose chase all come from his writing. His plays were not just entertainment, they were reflections of life. Through his characters, he asked important questions. What is love? What is power? What makes a person good or evil? Even today, these questions remain relevant. William's writing reached beyond England. His plays were shared, studied, and performed across the world. He became known as the Bard of Avon, a title that honored his genius. Chapter 6: Challenges and Rivalries. Success did not come without challenges. London's theater world was competitive. Other writers like Christopher Marlowe and Ben Jonson were also talented and ambitious. Some criticized William, others envied him. There were even rumors that he didn't write his own plays. But William continued to write, proving himself through his work. He adapted, improved, and experimented with new ideas. His later plays showed deeper complexity and emotion. Despite the competition, he remained one of the most respected playwrights of his time. Chapter 7: Return to Stratford. After years of success in London, William returned to Stratford-upon-Avon. By then, he was wealthy and well-known. He bought a large house called New Place and lived comfortably with his family. Though he had left Stratford as a young man searching for opportunity, he returned as a legend. Even in his later years, William continued writing. His final plays, like The Tempest, showed wisdom and reflection. It was as if he was saying goodbye, not just to the stage, but to the world of storytelling he had built. Chapter 8: The Final Curtain. In 1616, at the age of 52, William Shakespeare passed away. The world lost a brilliant writer, but his words lived on. His friends and fellow actors honored him by publishing his plays in a collection known as the First Folio. Without this effort, many of his works might have been lost forever. Chapter 9: A Legacy That Lives Forever. Today, more than 400 years later, Shakespeare's influence is everywhere. His plays are performed in theaters across the globe. Students study his work in schools. Writers and filmmakers continue to draw inspiration from his stories. Why does his work still matter? Because it speaks to something timeless: the human experience. Love, ambition, jealousy, courage. These emotions never change, and William Shakespeare captured them better than anyone. Conclusion: The Boy Who Became Immortal. From a small town in England to the world stage, William Shakespeare's journey is a story of passion, creativity, and determination. He proved that words have power, the power to move people, to inspire, and to last forever.